It was all just a terrible, tragic accident.
Was it an accident, or did you push Christina?
She tripped, she fell against the window, and it shattered. When I tell you that it all happened so fast, I'm still spitting from it. I would have grabbed her had there been time. There wasn't.
It's true, then
Then why were you arrested? Death occurred minutes after being delivered by emergency cesarean section. Numerous signs of blunt force trauma to the head and body.
Today's episode was a whirlwind, and we've got a lot to unpack, so let's dive right in. First off, Molly's visit with Ava allowed Ava to vent and get some things off her chest. But the real drama unfolds with Ava's next visitor, Kevin. Ava's reaction upon overhearing Kevin's phone call about Sunny's medication was priceless. You could see the moment Ava realized the truth was out. It might take a bit of time to gather solid proof, but all signs are pointing toward Ava. Given her history with Morgan and her current situation with Sunny, it's clear that Ava stands to benefit from Sunny's downfall. Originally, Valentin and Pikeman were in the frame, but Ava took things to a whole new level by keeping the truth to herself. Jason is on the case, and he's determined to find out who is behind the medication switch. It's great to see that the show is addressing Sunny's medication issue so promptly. It's been dragging on for far too long. And it's nice to see Sunny and Jason mending their friendship. Today's episode was fantastic. Seeing Sunny and Jason communicate and work together to get to the bottom of Sunny's medication situation was a highlight. However, I have to point out that it seemed like we missed some crucial scenes yesterday. The editing between Sunny being on the roof and then arriving at Kevin's door was confusing. I was left wondering what happened between Jason and Carly's discussion about taking Sunny to see Kevin. Also, Ava's recent interaction with Trina was disappointing. Ava lied to Trina, and when Trina finds out the truth, she's going to be deeply hurt. It's clear that Ava didn't intentionally cause Christina's fall. It was an accident. People are quick to blame Ava for everything, but Christina's fall was due to her own misstep. Sometimes accidents happen, and it's important to take responsibility rather than shifting blame. Overall, I absolutely loved today's episode. It's promising to see Jason and Sunny beginning to rebuild their trust now that they're addressing the medication issue. The flashbacks to Morgan helped contextualize Sunny's journey and relationships. Trina showed wisdom by holding off on jumping to conclusions and continuing to support Ava, who stood by her during the trial with Cam, Joss, and Esmond. Ava believed in her when no one else did. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Ava's story continues to unravel. While she might have shared part of the truth, it's clear she's been less than honest about her involvement. We all know she didn't push Christina, but her reluctance to come clean entirely only complicates things. Now, with the incriminating pictures and Trina potentially believing her mom's version of events, Ava is in a precarious position. I'm really curious to see what Kate's will say to Ava about Sunny and their plan to take him down. Kate's better be cautious because Sunny and Jason are onto him now. And Ava, you're in deep trouble too, especially with Donna discovering those pills in Avery's belongings. It's a tough situation. Sometimes even good people make poor choices, and Ava's past actions are casting a shadow over her current situation. Once Sunny finds out Ava switched his medication with placebos, he's going to be furious. Ava will have a lot more to worry about because Sunny will definitely be coming for her. I'm feeling sad about the current events. I genuinely believe Ava didn't push Christina out of the window. I like Ava, and it's disheartening to see her past actions overshadow her innocence. The pictures are certainly damaging, but I'm glad Sunny is finally in the loop. On a different note, I haven't always been a fan of TJ, but I can empathize with him given the loss of their child. Grief affects everyone differently. Molly is doing her best to cope with the loss, and TJ needs to be patient. Molly's decision to confide in Ava about the miscarriage is part of her grieving process. Lastly, while proof is essential, it's hard to ignore the obvious signs pointing to Ava. She had motive, opportunity, and a history of similar actions with Morgan. Plus, she had access to Sonny before he kicked her out. Ava's actions are catching up to her, and I'm glad Trina spoke out. Trina did the right thing and has no reason to feel guilty. None of this chaos would have happened if Ava had just left things alone. I'm starting to think Avery would be better off with Carly. Carly genuinely loves Avery, and Avery has a strong bond with Donna, so it seems like a win-win situation. Seeing Morgan again was a highlight. The scene with Sonny was incredibly emotional and heartfelt. I wish Morgan could return permanently instead of just as a ghost. Sonny's visit to Kevin was a huge relief. Finally, the truth about his Tampered medication is coming to light, and I have a feeling Kevin will get to the bottom of it. Maurice Benard, who plays Sonny, is a phenomenal actor. His portrayal of Sonny's bipolar disorder is powerful and adds a layer of realness to the show. It's great that the GH writers have used his personal experience to bring awareness to bipolar disorder. I can't wait for Sonny to get back on track and return to the version of himself we've missed. The revelation about Sonny's pills being messed with was long overdue. It's heartbreaking that poor Donna had to get her stomach pumped only to discover the pills were placebos. Ava's reaction when Kevin revealed that Sonny is getting help was priceless. She looked genuinely worried when Kevin mentioned his medication on the phone. Ava's time is running out. Dr. Kevin is on the brink of uncovering the truth about the placebos. He's just making sure before he informs Sonny. Ava deserves to face the consequences for her actions, and jail time with a permanent conviction seems appropriate. The pharmacist is likely to reveal everything: how Ava visited once claiming to be Sonny's wife, and then returned to switch the pills to placebos. I hope Jason confronts her about this. Ava doesn't seem afraid of anyone, but she is wary of Jason. At the end of the day, Ava is responsible for much of this mess. She failed to address Sonny's incorrect dosage and exacerbated the situation, leading to a spiral of events that hurt many people. Now that Sonny's medication tampering has come to light, all eyes are on Ava. The fact that the pills were found in Avery's bag raises more questions. When the doctor is questioned, he'll likely describe Ava's visit and her instructions to switch Sonny's medication. Sonny is starting to revert to his old self now that he knows his meds were tampered with. Ava's in serious trouble this time, and it won't matter that she's Avery's mother. Her actions have crossed a line. Ava already informed John Cates about the medication issue, but did Anna know that Valentin orchestrated the switch? I suspect the doctor will spill the beans and reveal that Ava instructed him to give Sonny placebos. Molly was incredible standing her ground and reading the autopsy report. It's disappointing, though, that Ava is refusing to take any responsibility. If Ava wants to go to trial and face accusations of being a baby killer, so be it. I hope Christina gets the chance to testify and share her experience of how Ava grabbed her and sent her and her unborn baby out the window. Even though Ava didn't physically push Christina, her actions led to Christina's fall. Ava's emotional manipulation is just as damaging. While Ava's character is complex, and I do have some affection for her, she needs to face consequences for her actions related to Connie, Morgan, and AJ. The revelation about the Tampered meds might spell the end for Ava. There's even talk that she might be leaving GH, and it's hard to see how she could be redeemed, especially with Sonny's likely reaction. Time will tell. It's frustrating that Nina's storyline dragged on and she faced no real consequences, while Ava, despite her flaws, is being held accountable. Ava's character is multifaceted, but she's caught red-handed, and even crooked Cates won't be able to save her. I'm relieved that Sonny is finally getting the help he needs. Let's hope the doctor doesn't reveal too much to Ava about the ongoing investigation. Ava is undeniably responsible for the confrontation with Christina. By having Christina subpoenaed, Ava set the stage for their heated exchange. While Ava may not have physically pushed Christina, grabbing her and causing her to trip over a bag led to Christina's fall. I'm still grappling with the new Jagger casting. He's so different from the original portrayal I remember from the 90s. And the current writers seem to have overlooked Jagger's significant past with Sunny. Speaking of casting, let's talk about Brooke Lynn. Amanda Setton is doing a great job, but every time she shares a scene with Rena Sofer, Brenda's description of Brooke Lynn comes to mind. Brenda described her as having a huge mop of black hair and gorgeous blue eyes, yet we have a brown-eyed actress. It's puzzling how casting decisions sometimes stray from established descriptions. Back to the drama. Yes, Christina's fall was an accident, but Ava's behavior, rearranging the room and claiming Christina assaulted her, seems misleading. I hope the photos Brick took will reveal Ava's attempts to manipulate the situation. It's unfortunate for Molly and TJ, who are struggling with their grief. They might not find a new way to have a baby, and their grief could tear them apart. As for Portia, she should understand why Trina supports Ava. Ava has been there for her in tough times, including supporting Portia's relationship with Spencer and standing by her during court cases. Portia should give Ava the benefit of the doubt until she learns the full truth. Ava is in serious trouble. Even if Christina shouldn't have been at Ava's place, Ava's actions with Sunny's medication are undeniable. She won't escape the consequences. Molly's strength in confronting Ava and reading the report about her baby's death was impressive, though it felt early for such a confrontation. Ava's audacity in blaming Molly's sister for the baby's death is shocking, especially given Molly's knowledge of the subpoena. Ava's attempt to manipulate Molly fell flat. Lastly, if I remember correctly, Portia asked Ava to watch over Trina and seek her advice about Spencer and Trina's relationship. It's disheartening to see Portia now so unwilling to give Ava a fair chance. I understand Portia's desire to protect her daughter, but it's important to consider the full picture. I have a love-hate relationship with Ava. A few years ago, I was ready for her to leave the show, but lately, I started to appreciate her character more. She's become more complex, and even though she needs to face consequences for her actions, I don't want to see her written off the show. Maura West is a phenomenal actress, and her portrayal of Ava adds so much to the series. However, the pressure is mounting. The Davis girls, especially Mama Bear Alexis, are fierce protectors of their family and could become major obstacles for Ava. Add in grieving parents and grandparents, and Ava's situation is looking grim. The connection between Ava and Sunny's Tampered meds is becoming clearer, and it's only a matter of time before it all comes to light. The only person who might help Ava escape is Nicholas, but his involvement could complicate things further. Ultimately, Trina is likely to be the most hurt and betrayed by these revelations. I'm also curious about when Molly will address her own role in this mess. She's been venting to Ava, but will she apologize to Sunny once she realizes her mistakes? I hope Trina doesn't let Ava's manipulation cloud her judgment. With Sunny seeking help and potentially uncovering the truth about his medication, I'm hoping Christina might come forward with crucial information. Trina's loyalty to Ava is understandable, given Ava's support during her trials with Spencer. However, Trina's trust might be misplaced. The first clue should have been when Ava asked Trina to testify on her behalf at Avery's custody hearing. Once Trina learns the full story of Christina's involvement, her loyalty to Ava could quickly dissolve. The surveillance photos of Ava and Christina might actually work in Ava's favor. In the photos, Christina appears angry, which supports Ava's description of her, albeit with some exaggeration. Ava's hand is gently placed on Christina's shoulder, which could be interpreted as a calming gesture rather than a push. It'll be interesting to see if Ava or Scotty notices this and uses it to their advantage. Lastly, Ava's actions have been questionable from the start. She didn't have to let Christina in, nor should she have stressed out a pregnant woman by subpoenaing her and threatening her. Ava's approach to Christina was aggressive and damaging, and her blackmailing of the pharmacist to mess with Sunny's medication is unforgivable. Ava has been getting away with too much, and her actions have already harmed Sunny's family. It's time for her to face the consequences. In a shocking turn of events, an AJ who is both the sister of a victim and the mother of a child killed in an accident is being portrayed as badgering a suspect into a confession. This situation is highly unrealistic and unethical. We need to see Ava, the queen of schemes, addressing this issue properly. It would be great to see Ava confront Scott about what happened and subpoena Dex to confirm that the conversation was inappropriate. Is this poorly handled plot a way to make Ava pay for her past transgressions? Morgan and Connie were mentioned frequently, yet Sunny should be at the top of the list for accountability. Sunny's plot armor seems impenetrable. Shouldn't he have faced some prison time by now? Imagine the drama of him running his organization from behind bars, dealing with power struggles and territory conflicts, only to eventually be released on a technicality. On a positive note, I'm relieved that the Sunny's meds were tampered with storyline has finally come to light, though the subplot of Donna taking a pile of them was absurd. Sunny had already consulted Kevin, and a simple blood test would have been more effective in revealing the tampering without the need for an ER visit. Valentin should be exposed as the primary culprit behind the tampering, not just Ava. Valentin was responsible for cutting the meds by 3/4 and for a longer duration. Let's not shift the blame solely onto Ava. And seriously, can we stop writing Portia as a one-dimensional character who only screams or whines? Portia knows that Trina adores Ava and that Ava has only ever been good to her. Portia's reactions are over the top and unjustified. She could have expressed her concerns rationally, and the actress deserves much better. As for the Jeromes, it's worth noting that all three are implicated in Morgan's death. Ava was hurt after Morgan ended their relationship. Olivia was attempting to kill Julian, and Julian himself was working against Sunny, either to get revenge or gather information. It's a tangled web of motives and actions. Lastly, I want to address the recent portrayal of a tragic autopsy report on the show. The depiction was in very poor taste. For women who have experienced the loss of a baby due to accidents or other tragedies, reliving those experiences can be deeply painful. My own friend, who was 8.5 months pregnant, suffered a fall that broke her baby's foot. The guilt and pain she felt were immense. For my family, the autopsy report of our son, who passed away 4 days after birth, was incredibly hard to read. The show's handling of this topic was insensitive, and I can only imagine how it might affect mothers who have gone through similar losses. In recent episodes, Ava's actions have sparked quite a bit of controversy. It's been revealed that Ava did indeed push Christina during her outburst about Morgan and Connie. While it wasn't a forceful push, it was enough to make Christina step back and trip over a bag. Christina's impulsiveness didn't help, but Ava's tendency to lie only made matters worse. The photos showing Ava's hands on Christina complicate things further. I hope this doesn't mean we'll lose Ava, as Maura West's portrayal is a highlight of the show. Once the pharmacist is questioned, Ava's situation will become even more precarious. Although she didn't physically push Christina, her fabrications, especially her claims of being attacked, are damaging. I felt for TJ today. He's clearly struggling, and Molly's inability to function properly suggests their relationship might not survive this. Some fans argue that Ava isn't being set up, but it's clear she has a history of causing harm. Her actions have led to significant consequences. She pushed Christina, killed AJ like she did Connie, and is linked to Kiki's death. Ava's interference in her daughter's relationships and her manipulation, like using Sasha as a pawn, has had disastrous effects. The common denominator in all these situations seems to be Ava herself. Adding to the turmoil, Ava's tampering with evidence is another serious issue. My frustration with Ava began when she chose to sleep with her daughter's boyfriend. I'm also concerned about how this will affect Trina's character and her friendship with Jocelyn. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.